Alright, so it's finally been said. Black Lives Matter is a terrorist organization. The MPD union leader basically claims Black Lives Matter is in fact a terrorist organization. This is coming out of the Minneapolis Police Department Union. Lieutenant Bob Kroll spoke at a press conference Wednesday afternoon where he said this very thing to Mayor Basti Hodges and Minneapolis City Council members. And he basically said these very things. The Black Lives Matter movement and organization is a terrorist organization. And I'm trying to go through here to see. Oh, yeah, figures. There we go. Here we go. Now, since our words were Black Lives Matter was a terrorist organization. And that's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is, without any hesitation. I have called it a terrorist organization for past 2-3 years. It may not be one with active cells committing the higher end of the terror charts, but it is in fact one that is committing at least reasonable suspicion of violence and threats of violence among many others. So it is in and of itself a terrorist organization, or at least a terror network, if not organization. And this was basically MPD union leader, I don't know, Officer Kroll, I think it was his name, out of the 4th Precinct. Lieutenant Bob Kroll, president of the Minneapolis Police Union. So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this is an actual truth. And I've called it a terrorist organization. I've called the Vatican a terrorist organization. I think I've called Israel a terrorist organization. And it's not fair to call Israel a terrorist organization, but it is fair to call its leaders pushing for that the same thing. That's why I don't sit there and say all cops, deserve to get hung in the street. Studies have proven will meet profession. Keep your head down, do what you gotta do, and get the hell out. I got a few buddies of mine that are in law enforcement. They're basically told up front, you play the game, you are a militarized member of society, and you will get the immunity as such. You don't play the game, you will be sitting in a prison the remaining years of your existence. You rat on us, don't be surprised if, you find your kids in prison a week or two down the line or something similar to that. It's been said to them, play the game, you get rewarded. Don't play the game, don't get rewarded. Same as anything else. Law enforcement actually have taken me under their wing. That's true. I've applied. In my younger years, I applied. I'm not going to lie about it, folks. I have applied, and they did deny me. So I'm a little bit sore on that end, but I think they kind of spared me a few bullets. So police finally say it. Black Lives Matter is a terrorist organization. This is before the DOJ have actually listed it as such, so they got kind of still dance around the idea of it, but all in all, ladies and gentlemen, it is a terrorist organization. Just like Jesse Jackson's church and the other ones that are basically showing up to the Black Lives Matters, they are basically inciting terrorism along with inciting murder. They are doing all these other things. So this is the real world you live in, folks. It's no longer about the proxies way off in the distance that are formed up by the banks. It's everything else in between.